getting my first Optimus Prime, and this shows you where things are. My first Optimus Prime, I think, was 30 bucks, 35 bucks from Toys R Us when I was a kid. I think I was 8 or so, and I got it for Christmas. My uncle bought it for me, and it was like the best thing in the world. I remember running around the playground acting like I was a Transformer. So,
and just like we talked about before, this figure was one of my favorite figures as a kid. I remember having it, playing with it in the front yard, bringing it to grandma's house, going to, whatever. I remember, just like you with your Optimus Prime, where you were saying you remember having him, I remember going into Walmart, seeing this and Pack Rat on the shelf and picking up both of them. And they even gave him his little mouth. This is so cute.
Not one iota. Welcome back, BVC fans. I'm your sick bot, Bobby.
And I'm your quite healthy con, James.
And we have a bunch of news for you, so let's go ahead and jump on into it.
All right, so why don't we talk about sad Optimus Primal first? And he's very sad and probably crying great banana juice tears because Rise of the Beasts has done really poorly in the box office, and it is the worst Transformer movie to date. So, talking about some numbers, The Last Knight did 130 million, Bumblebee did 127 million, and Rise of the Beast did 156 million domestically. So that's all domestic. Doesn't sound so bad. But when you take into account the overseas, which is their biggest market, The Last Knight did 605 million. Bumblebee did 467 million, and Rise of the Beast only did 429. So that's quite a sharp drop, even just from Bumblebee, if you ask me. And it looks like, I would assume the whole franchise would be up in the air. I don't think that's even taking into account inflation. So that's a whole other ball game as
well. Well, that was something surprising to me because I actually like Bumblebee definitely more than The Last Knight, and definitely more than Rise of the Beast. So taking into inflation, I don't know how to calculate those numbers. I am upset that the movie did so bad. One, because I was hoping it would have been okay. I know we kind of take that with a grain of salt. I thought it was going to be a new platform for future movies, and this could be discouraging for future movies. I was looking forward to the G.I. Joe crossover. I don't know if that's going to be something they try to pull off, with the last G.I. Joe movie not doing so well either. So it's just looking bad all the way around, and it's kind of affecting two franchises.
I agree. I think they did some marketing snafus by putting it right behind, what was it, Spider-Man, and then The Flash right after, even though The Flash did, I think, worse than this, but that's another story. I think, just like a few other movies this year, they were not put in the movie calendar smartly. But that's another show that's not talking about Transformers. But it's interesting, and like you said, quite sad to see. And just like you, Bumblebee was my favorite live action movie. So hopefully they'll go back to a good formula and make us care about the characters.
I mean, honestly, what they should just do is bring you and I on. We would have told them as soon as they would have had that Pablo come out, cut it. As soon as they would have called Mirage Jazz, cut it.
Other way around.
Or Jazz, Mirage. Well, whatever. That's how bad it is. It has me confused. So, there were things where, I don't know, I just wonder who they're getting this information from. Because if you talk to any fan that's old enough, maybe that's what it is. Maybe, I'm sorry, but people our age are the ones paying for our kids to go to the movies and watch these films. And so if you do stuff that upsets us, we're not going to really want to go spend the money on it. The kids don't have the money to go spend on it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just a sick bot venting.
They need to have a Transformers fan in there, because obviously these movies are written by somebody who does not care about the franchise at all.
Yes.
So, and that's why I think Bumblebee did so well, is because the only person could really screw up is Bumblebee. Shatter and Dropkick are brand new characters. That's fine. And those are really the only Cybertronians in the movie besides like one-offs here and there.
Starscream at the beginning.
Well, all that beginning they added.
Yeah.
Because fans wanted it. So that was never supposed to be in the movie. So besides that, they would have Cliffjumper, who died, and Blitzwing. That's 5 Transformers. That's what made you care about Bumblebee the character, because you got connected with him. But go watch our Rise of the Beasts reaction. We go much more in depth.
Very true.
Okay, well, let's move on to some leaks. And Takara has a problem, I think more so than Hasbro, because these are full-on marketing material that are getting leaked. And we've got Dinobot and Tarantulas 2-pack. We all knew it was coming. I was reading that the only ones they have left over are Airraiser and Inferno. So I'm assuming that will be coming down the line. I think these look great. I just wish they came out first, because I don't want them now. Even though that Tarantulas is probably my favorite Hasbro figure of that Beast Wars collection and of that year.
Well, I think for these two packs, we've passed on pretty much all of them. I know I have them all from the Kingdom line, and not being a true Beast Wars fan like yourself, it was a very easy pass to not get duplicates of those. Even if they did have, you know, some enhancements or anything like that, I don't know for sure. I wasn't looking. I was okay with what I have.
Exactly. I'm just not. I'm perfectly fine with what I have. But what came out of left field is this. This is an articulated G1 Optimus Prime toy. How many of these are you buying?
Count me in for one, definitely. I'm going to probably lose it. I remember getting my first Optimus Prime, and this shows you where things are. My first Optimus Prime, I think, was 30 bucks, 35 bucks from Toys R Us when I was a kid. I think I was 8 or so, and I got it for Christmas. My uncle bought it for me, and it was like the best thing in the world. I remember running around the playground acting like I was a Transformer. So this right here is taking me all the way back. I'm really interested in what the articulation is. I mean, we definitely see that there's some shoulder action going on here. I'm just ecstatic about it.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I will wait, though, for a repaint. Hopefully Toxitron, just because I don't need another Nemesis Prime. But it looks cool for what it is. But I ain't paying $120, which this is probably going to be.
And I'll let you in on something else. If they repainted it in the Nemesis, I'll be getting that one as well.
Yes, and you'll probably get the repaint as Toxitron and Genrai and Diaclone, and you'll just buy all of them. Everybody already knows that.
On to the next one.
Right, let's talk about what just announced. Now, this next one, I didn't know if I wanted to put it in or not, but I said, screw it, let's just do it. We've got Carl's Jr.'s Rise of the Beast toys. These were cited, I think, in Ecuador. So I'm assuming they'll make their way up here. And I really wanted to put these in because when I got Transformer Beast Wars toys as a kid in my Happy Meals, they actually transformed. These don't. So, and I know they haven't for a while, but you know, I guess for free, it's not the worst thing in the world.
So I remember as a kid, they had McDonald's meals that transformed. Yep. So the cheeseburger transformed, or the fries transformed. I thought that was like the most clever thing ever, except for when I got like 17 burgers that transformed, and I could never get like, I think it was like a shake or something like that. And I was just like, why do I have all these? I need something different. And I found out that in the drive-thru they only put ones in, and if you went into the store, they put the other ones in. So I was pretty upset that we never went into the store to get the other figure. So
that's funny.
I'm venting here again.
I have some of those, but you know, I think things have changed a lot, and they're trying to make them easier to make now and cheaper. Honestly, I don't know if we're gonna get these in the U.S. because didn't they put some ban on putting toys in kids' meals? I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you know about that, because I think they did, because they're trying to make kids not go to fast food.
Yeah, we go to Chick-fil-A all the time, and they have like some type of little booklet that
Yeah, it's not
pops
like a
off,
toy.
and you can kind of it's like little cardboard things you can stick it together
Yeah.
and make a scene and stuff like that. So
Well, maybe
let us
you'll
know.
see these. And I did want to say, these aren't too far off from the Hasbro versions. And next, speaking of weird Hasbro stuff, we've got Earthspark Deluxe Starscream. But this is not Earthspark Starscream. It's just a redeco of Cyberverse Seeker Starscream mold, and it has a Build-A-Figure of Mandroid. I don't know what that is. It's going to be 100% honest with you. I'm assuming it's from the show. So, Bobby, when you get to those episodes, let us know. But this honestly doesn't look bad. I do like all the black that they added to them. It gives it a little bit of variety from the normal Starscream that we see.
I didn't collect the Cyberverse, so I never really looked at them. This doesn't look that bad to me, surprisingly. And not for my collection. I'm not going down that route of collecting again another line. I do Legends first, but I'm still like on episode 3 or 4 of Earthspark. We just seem to not progress further than that. So, and I still don't really know what's going on yet. So I keep falling asleep. So that's probably bad. So I guess eventually I'll get to the point where I understand what's going on. I've caught up and I'm focused on the characters and what they do and how they are.
Well, there we go. I'll be interested to see your sleepy review of Earthspark. Now, will you be getting these? So these are Collector's Crafts Nemesis katanas, and they're actually quite reasonable. It said it was $30 for both katanas and the holsters. And if I was going to get Linkamus Prime, I probably would get these, but I'm not. So, will you be getting them?
I've thought about it. I did pick up the Nemesis and those little hatchet axes, little, I don't know, looked like she was throwing toenail clippers with the size of them. They're so small. These weapons do look more dramatic and more fitting for her, at least just in proportion. I like how they tab onto the back, and I have some other work from this brand, so I don't know. It's not something that's on my list to get now, but maybe later on down the line might be something I pick up.
Gotcha. Well, will you be picking this up for her as well? This is also from Collector's Crafts, and it's an adapter for the Heart of Cybertron that you could fit into the chest of the Nemesis. I believe that is part of the show where they use that Heart of Cybertron in the Nemesis. And this actually does look pretty cool. Is it necessary? Is it worth $15? Not for me, but I could see somebody like you needing this in their collection to make their Nemesis more show accurate.
So I don't remember it being specifically in the Nemesis. Well, it probably was in the Nemesis, but not in how we think of the Nemesis as a bot. So maybe it was something just they were in their ship and, you know, they were doing something in their ship and this was in there. I do remember the scene. I do, you know, and I do remember this. This is really, really cool though. I must say I would think about getting it, but it would have to be something later on. I have a lot of bots that I'm anticipating coming really soon, so that's more important. But you know, as typically when things slow down, that's when I go to all the extra, you know, add-ons and things like that. So this is something that will probably be saved in a favorites or a cart or something like that I can return to, save for later, and we'll pick up then.
Gotcha. I don't blame you. But let's move on to this guy. So this is the Jazai Toys SD tablet, and it is very, very adorable. I really like it. And he still has most of his cassettes, as well as there's a blaster. Now, I don't know if these are going up for sale. I know Josiah Toys does a lot of his stuff. He's been doing it for a decade, if not longer. But I did want to put this in because I think it is really cute, and hopefully we'll get some way to buy it.
I absolutely love all of these. That Ravage is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
The Frenzy, then the Rumble are adorable. Laserbeak with that big old head is adorable. Even Blaster with that big old head is adorable. And the thing I like about this in particular is that it's kind of true to the G1 toys, like the Soundwave, and then you get the Blaster who's so much taller than him. So I really, really like this. I would pick up all of these in a heartbeat.
Wow, that surprises me. I didn't think you'd be buying these, especially since you didn't buy that RC.
I think these are so cute.
Well, there you go. If these come out, and he's going to pick them up. I would not pick them up just because they have nowhere in my collection, but I do really like them, and I would like to see them in your collection.
Yeah, I have some wall shelves I can put them on. That would be good. Or they would be in my office probably. That would probably be better.
They do look fun to mess with.
Yes.
Next, we've got New Age's H44Y Denver. So this is obviously the G2 Tiger Strut Grimlock that never came out. He really likes to swim, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that photo, but what do you think about this?
I actually saw this and thought, wow, it looks better than the Hasbro, but I think it still suffers the same as the Hasbro. I think it could use a little bit more of the blue on it, besides on the tail and alt mode. In bot mode, it looks great.
Well, it does. In this pose, you can't see it, but it has it on those shoulders / upper legs. If you look at his shoulders, so if he was standing up straight, he'd have more blue.
Right.
And he also has a blue stripe going across his belly in Dino mode.
Okay.
If you can kind of see it reflecting. They did not pick a good picture for this Dino mode, but so it has a lot more. And this looks so much better than Hasbro's. If this is what Hasbro's deco looked like, I would be picking it up.
I would
if
too.
It had more of the blue. I really like the purple underwear instead of the bright pink underwear. It's a little more subdued and it just looks better altogether. So kudos to New Age for making a decent looking figure.
Yeah. Again, not a Legends collector, so I won't be picking it up, but it does look good.
Yes, I wish it was double the size, if not more.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. And this is what I have been excited for. So this technically wasn't announced, but I didn't know where else to put it. So during another figures video review that we will be getting to in a little while, we've got the they were showing off different, comparisons, and they pulled out this thing, which is the Tripredicus Agent, which if you've been watching our show, you know that this is the repaint I've been wanting. This is obviously not the original one. I remember, just like you with your Optimus Prime, where you were saying you remember having him, I remember going into Walmart, seeing this and Pack Rat on the shelf and picking up both of them. So I cannot wait. So I keep checking Shozi, is it up for pre-order? Is it up for pre-order? Because this is going in my collection right away. I think I really like the black cats as well because I had a black cat growing up. So this is a very special connection to me, and I cannot wait till I have this in here.
So, hint, look at the legs for what's coming up. But this is something that will not be making it to my collection. I just don't like it. And I can't even put it.
It's G1 Ravage.
It's not my G1 Ravage.
Yeah, it's just a million years in the future.
Just
like G1, RC. It's the same RC.
My G1 Ravage turns into a tape.
No.
And
well, he grew up.
Yeah.
He ditched Soundwave like he should.
Well, he should remain a Toys R Us kid because this is definitely he should have stayed at his parents' house and not got a job and not grown up, because this grown up looks like he's aged terribly. He's been smoking a pack of Newports or something like that a day or something like that.
He's been smoking more than a pack of Newports a day, I'll tell you that much.
So yes, this is definitely not something I'm interested in. I don't know what the price point is. Again, you've mentioned that it's not up for pre-order yet, but I will be passing on this.
Oh, well, you know, you said that about the RC as well, and it's already on its way to you. So I'll be excited to see this in your collection as well.
My better half actually liked the RC, and that's why I ordered it.
You always come up with these excuses for ordering things.
That's what she said.
You always
find these things. Actually, there's no joke in that. She literally said, "I like that," and I said, "Really? Okay, I'll get it."
Yeah. I'll see it in your collection in a little bit. Let's get into the updates. The first thing, we don't need to really talk about these, but the pre-orders are up. We've got some in-hand images to look at in a little bit. But yeah, they are what they are. One thing that I didn't put in here is that Menasor is $190. So I think that is about right. That's retail if you got them all separately. I still think it's overpriced. I think that thing should be $100. But that's just my personal opinion. With all the engineering that, or lack thereof, in the individual armbots. But why don't we get into some... Well, first of all, are you going to be getting that Menasor for $190?
I was really tempted to when I saw the box set. I have it already. The box set would have literally just been for the box. And there do look like there are some different paint making it look more toy accurate from what I can tell. But I think I'm going to pass on it.
Yes, that is the best decision that you made. But just like the, Trek Redicus Agent of Ravage, I'm sure we'll see this in your collection when it goes on sale sometime. So let's first talk about Dreadwing. I did pre-order this just because I have Skyquake, but I might cancel the pre-order because these pictures make it look so bland. And honestly, I think if I reorganize my collection, that Skyquake is just going to go in the box and never be let out again.
Wow.
It's fine, but it's not anything I really like. What about you, Bobby?
So I do have it pre-ordered. I did buy the Skyquake because I caught it on sale, and it's still in the box. So I have not opened it. I have not played with it or anything yet. There it is. Yeah, so it's, on the shelf. It's something that I do need to open and determine. I think I'll still get it, though. I do have that needle nose. I did open that, and I like the way it looks on top of the blue. So I think I'm in for it.
That's why I put that in there. It does look better with that needle nose than the Skyquake. I just don't know if I need this in my collection. I'd rather get Fans Hobbies Dreadwing, the G1 Dreadwing, that I think is like $50 to $60 more than this, and is, I can throw that thing against the wall and it probably won't break, while this, you blow on it the wrong way and it'll crumble to dust because it's Hasbro. Speaking of things crumbling to dust, what about Trashmaster? And how tiny he is in vehicle mode.
I passed on this. I saw the pre-order come up, $35. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't either. Not at that price. If I was able to get it for 30 to 40% off, maybe, honestly. But this just doesn't do it for me. The colors are so bland. They didn't. Yeah. It's just, I like the alt mode, but again, going back to this, it is so tiny that I'm assuming that Braun is already tiny because he's a mini bot, and he has a tiny what's that called, robot mode. So this thing is just teensy weensy and not for me.
I would have picked it up at $25, maybe 30, but that's pushing it. But definitely I would have picked it up at $25. So that's actually what I was thinking of. And when I saw the price, I was, wait a minute, it's not
You
gonna
thought it
happen.
was a deluxe?
You know, and it's really because I don't really care. Let me change that. The size matters, but I don't necessarily associate it with price, because the prices for some figures have definitely been more than what they are. I mean, they'll call something a deluxe and it's not, or they'll call something a Voyager and it's not. So I was more so just thinking, this figure looks like a $25 figure.
Yeah, that started with Siege. And I was very confused because Voyagers were always 7 inches and deluxes were 5. And then we got that cliff jumper and he was like 3.5 inches tall and he was a deluxe. And they tried to say, you know, there's more parts or whatever. And I'm like, then make the parts bigger. like make it worth my money. And this just isn't it. And what I don't think is worth my money either is this bludgeon. Now, when we first looked at it, you were like, oh my God, I actually like it. I'm so excited for it. Literally, go watch the video. That's exactly what he sounded like. He was like, oh, a samurai transformer. I love samurai transformers. So will you be picking up this guy?
First off, you cannot be telling such untruths to our BVC fans out there. I was just like, wait a minute. Who is he talking about? He almost hit me with those words. I was like, whoa, you had me doing the Matrix over here.
But you did say you did like it and you were going to pick it up.
I was thinking about picking it up, I think. I am not going to pick this up now. I do not like samurai figures. I don't even remember why I thought I did think I was going to pick it up. Maybe it was the colors. I don't remember.
I think it was the colors and the head mold. I think you like that.
I don't remember, because I don't like the head mode right now. So I'm thinking maybe it was the alt mode, maybe the way it looked in alt mode. I don't know, but I'm not picking it up. Yeah, I can't even go into any more detail. I just don't like it.
So I pre-ordered this too, but I think I'm going to be canceling my pre-order. It just like that Grimlock, it looks unfinished. It looks like random blocks of colors with no tampos, with no deco, no nothing on it. And when I was a teenager, they had the classics line, and they had tampographics all over them with like Easter eggs and fun little things and whatnot. That's probably when you were out of it.
I was looking out.
And I really liked it. Like for Lugnut, it would say like LU9, you know, NU7. You know what I mean? And it says Lugnut, and that's like the numbers on the side of the plane. And these new Transformers have no Easter eggs, first of all, but they don't have any life because of that. And I don't like this. I am getting also the Bombshell and the Detrius. Detrius because there's no other representation of them. If Mastermind Creations or somebody came out with their Masterpiece version, I wouldn't be picking it up. And Bombshell, I already have the other two, so I feel obligated to buy it, which is the worst feeling in the world.
It really is.
So I'm out on this as well.
So, like you, I pre-ordered those two figures as well. I did not pre-order this one, and now that you mentioned it, this makes me think of when I was a kid, you know, trying to build something with Legos, and I ran out of the certain color, and so I had to use a different color to finish it off, or the shape or something like that. And that's what this looks like with all the different colors. And again, I'm not a fan, or I shouldn't say that. I'm not familiar with the character as much. So I've seen him before, you know, over time, but nothing that I grew any feelings towards. And so this was an easy decision to not pick this one up.
Yeah, it's also a small Voyager. Tarn is fairly small in my opinion. So it's small, pretty well articulated, but you know, yeah. Anyways, I think you're going to be buying this next one, and this is Nacelle or Nacelle or Nakili or however you say the word. What do you think about this?
I love it. I love those colors, and I think that's probably the biggest thing that sold me on it. I loved when the Tetrajets first came out, because again, as a kid, I never had a Tetrajet, and I remember watching the cartoon thinking they were so cool looking, and it would have been great to have them as toys when I was a kid. So when they came out, I jumped on all of them, and this is just going to go right into that collection of Tetra Jets that I have.
Yes, I don't blame you, especially if you have a lot of them. For me, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping this pre-order. It looks fine, but it's not wowing me. I'm not a big fan of those colors. It looks like it should be an Autobot, not a Decepticon. I don't know if there's any history behind it. And honestly, I would rather just save that $35, I think, and put it towards when Make Toys eventually does this for a convention exclusive.
Oh gosh, they have definitely took a knife to my pockets with their jets. So they're exclusive. Yeah. So yeah.
But it does look nice. I will give it that. I just don't think it has a place in my collection. The trilogy that one guy, one of the Hasbro guys says, I already have a trilogy for them. I like my trilogy better. They're all dark colors, and this would just look out of place. So
yeah, I can't wait to get it. I'm very happy to be getting this one. I don't know. It's the Captain America colors or something like that. I don't know.
And I'm very happy for you. You know, this would look really good though as a Shattered Glass somebody to go with that Starscream that came out. That would be a reason to get this.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, something that I'm actually excited for is Dezaris or Deathsaurus. There's, however you want to say it. The box looks amazing.
It does.
That's the first thing I have to say. This looks really cool. I'm excited, and this shows that when Hasbro has the money to, they can actually do it. And
You mean when they have our money first and then decide to build it?
Exactly. They can actually do something that's worthwhile that I think will fit in a lot of people's collection, whether that be Masterpiece, Chug, in between, whatever. Here's the chicken mode. I think this thing looks pretty fine as well. His alt mode's always been a little iffy, but it looks good enough for what it is.
I was in on the Star Saber, and so I'll be happy to have this with it as well. I did order a few of these, and so it's crazy because I'm not necessarily a fan of the character. I actually just watched Victory, I think earlier this year for the first time. So the chicken is still weird to me. I just don't see being scared of a chicken, even if it is a space chicken.
Well, so, it's supposed to be like Godzilla, like a kaiju.
Yeah, it'd be like, I'd be looking for some hot sauce and, and have some grease ready for it. So, I mean, I don't know. Popeyes has a new chicken sandwich.
The Death Star sandwich.
Yes. But that pose with the crossbow is.
Yeah, this looks really good. It doesn't look like there are many hollow parts to it, which is surprising because
turn it around.
Star Saber did, but this looks really good. I don't have any complaints. I'm excited to get it in hand, and I hope it actually comes out well.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention, which is nothing new. I haven't been paying attention to the drops on the emails that they've been sending. I'm hoping we get this, sometime between probably October and December, if it's anything like the Star Saber.
Yeah, so we'll see. It does look good though.
Yes.
And this was at ACGHK 2023. We've got Star Saber and Dezaris fighting against each other, so you can kind of get a sense of scale, and it still looks good.
Now, I'll tell you the part that really stood out to me is I have those same clear lifts, so I have some extra ones, so it'll be good to use those for these two figures.
I have a few of those as well. All right, so let's move on to YOLO Park, and at the same convention we just saw that. Excuse me. This is at Taipei Comic Exhibition. They showed off their mini G1 lines. These are little things that you could build, and they're all based off of G1 characters. They look fine for what they are.
I actually like all of these. If I was into this, I probably would pick up every single one of them.
If these are $10 to $15, I could see you picking them up.
Yeah.
They also showed off their Wave 2 of their AMK line and the Beasts, and we've got Scourge and Bumblebee. I don't really want to dwell on this too much because it's even more boring than the last set of figures. So, I heard they're good figures. If you want them, go get them.
Yeah, it's cool to see that tread underneath Bumblebee's feet. I mean, that's some detail there for you.
They are very well detailed. Yes.
That's all I have.
Next, at the same convention. Oh no, excuse me. They keep switching them around. At ACGHK 2023, we've got the Unix Square Conbot Optimus Prime bust, and then the Optimus and Starscream as well. That are posable action figures. If you want more non-transforming, hyper-stylized figures, they got you. You can have like 3 different hyper-stylized Starscreams on your shelf, but they're out there if you want them.
Yeah, I swear it's amazing that Transformers has crossed over to so many lines, because again, the thing about Transformers is that they change from this to this, and they have so many non-transforming Transformers. It's amazing because the prices are astronomical on some of them, and so it's just, you know, I guess for people who don't want to transform something that looks good on your shelf.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. Okay, so in all honesty, I don't know when these pictures were announced, so I just put it in an update. I saw this while getting information for this, but I guess these are the final pictures of the Green Roller, and man, am I happy that I waited and just got this one. This looks like the most well-rounded figure out of all of them, color-wise. Even if it's not supposed to be any figure, I think this is the most well-rounded with the white thighs, the white inner things, and the green and whatnot. So I would be very happy to add this to my collection.
I got all of them. So the silver one came first. Very happy with it. The transformation was pretty cool. Very simple, very sturdy. So for $35, it was almost a steal. I feel like the cops are going to be knocking on my door. I just paid for the blue and red one.
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. This one is also ordered.
Yes, so I'll be very happy to add this to my collection, and I know you will be too. So you put this in there, so I'm assuming they're doing a reissue on Fans Toys Hunk. Is that correct?
Correct. And I actually bought this off of somebody last year, and I'm very happy with this figure. It's so sturdy. I like it a lot, and so I wonder if they're going to do anything new with it. I've only transformed it like twice. I know they did the Outback, even though it was a tweak on this mold. So I know a lot of people were searching for Hunk. So for the Fans Toys collectors out there, I'm sure they're happy that they're re-releasing this. The other thing that I wanted to put this in there is because it seems like they just released Lupus, which was their werewolf. I wonder if they're going to start re-releasing some of the old molds that people have been waiting for, like their Jabber, aka Blur. So it's things like that that really get me excited for the third-party collectors and specifically the Fans Toys collectors out there, like myself.
Yeah, I think that would be great if they did that. That kind of shows me that there's something wrong with Fans Toys if they're just re-releasing molds. But who knows?
Yeah, they had to pay for
all
that.
Speculation. I don't know.
They have to pay for that engineering of those Stunticons and those aerial bots, I guess.
True. They had to figure that out first. They're like, just re-release them. So next, this is all you as well. Funbee Studios made their space bridge. They're putting the electronics in. How many of these are you picking up?
I swear I want one. And again, this is where the 3D printing thing comes in, because this is the receiving stage of the space bridge. So, oh man, that like that was always so cool to me as well. I mean, I'd have to have a big diorama where I could have the lights on and then do some type of translucent film where I could attach rocks to it, so it looked like the rocks were getting sucked up with the transformer as well. Man, I just love the space bridge. I thought that was so cool. So um, I I would be in on this if I can find somebody that can do this for me. I would be happy to until I get my hands on a 3D printer.
Yeah, this does look pretty cool. And seeing it in action that I think we talked about like a month ago was actually really cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is what I have been waiting for. We've got Tarantulas, one of the best villains in all of Transformers histories. The most stab you in the back villain of them all. Way more than Starscream, in my opinion. Starscream's just stupid. This guy's conniving. Big difference. Here he is in all of his modes, in robot, motorcycle, and spider mode. And they even gave him his little mouth. This is so cute. It is obviously by Transart. And I can't wait for this figure. I pre-ordered it. I'm in for this figure. I'm in for the Fox Kids repaint. I'm in for the random repaint that they throw in that's bright blue. I don't care. I'll buy this toy. And just like we talked about before, this figure was one of my favorite figures as a kid. I remember having it, playing with it in the front yard, bringing it to grandma's house, going to, you know, whatever. I was a weirdo that liked spiders and sharks and creepy crawlies and stuff. So Tarantulas was one of my favorite characters in all of Beast Wars and all of Transformers, and we don't get any good figures of him. So I will be very happy to get this. And in my opinion, this is the definitive Tarantulas look. And honestly, I think you could get this and put it in a G1 collection. It's robotic, it's maniacal, it's not too Beast Wars-ish. So I'm very ecstatic. And let me guess, you're not gonna buy this, but then you're gonna buy it 2 months down the road.
I actually put a pre-order in for this.
Oh, wow, look at you.
And the only reason I did is because of the Black Arachnia that I got from Transart and all the different versions of Rat Trap that I got. So I figured this will kind of balance it out with that. So,
but you're not going to get the Tripredicus agent to balance everything else out to have a bigger
no, that thing's ugly. that thing looks like a rabid dog or something like that. So
that's the point.
That's exactly the point of why it's not making it to my collection. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks. This one, I like the colors on this. And actually that's what did it for me. The colors and then the little spiders that come with it. I thought that was really cute and really cool. I do not like the motorcycle mode. I think that is corny.
But at least you can ignore it.
Exactly. If he only changed to that motorcycle mode, totally pass on it. But I will be picking this up. I know how much you love it. I know how happy you are. This will just be a penny in my bucket of random figures that I probably shouldn't pick up, but I did.
Yeah, no, this thing looks amazing. I'm knocking on wood for that Fox Kids Tarantulas that's in silver too. That one is also one of my favorite figures that I had as a kid. But so Transart's hitting all the right checking all the right boxes, and I'm honestly thinking about going back and buying some of their older figures that I didn't get.
Wow.
So yeah, when I got that RC, it was perfect. There's the colors are perfect. Some of the things are too tight, but they're on screws, so you just loosen them up, order return, and they work. So anyway, enough about me guys.
Breast shield.
Yes. So let's get into the incoming, and let's go through these kind of fast because we talked about a lot of them before. First thing is the Contact Shot. They're re-releasing it for it's like $80. Are you picking it up? Oh, you already have one, right?
Yeah, actually, I picked it up the year we met, or
That's
at the
right.
time we
That's right.
met. So this was part of one of the Grail items I wanted. I got it, and now they're releasing it. Look at that.
I don't want to know how much you paid for it.
I don't want to remember.
Next, we've got this, which is I just put this in. I think this would be fun to build. It's a Lego Grimlock from Age of Extinction. It's not my favorite Grimlock, but I think as a Lego set, this would be fun to build. But yeah, I'm out because it's $70.
I'm out because it's $70 as well. But I agree with you. It would have been fun to build, and I wouldn't have called it Grimlock. I would have just called it a mechanical dinosaur, like the box says.
Exactly. And next, we've got some new ages. So let's fire through these really quick. We've got Rensaurus, which is Sludge. Looking good. We've got Red Scorpion, which I don't understand how the name fits, but whatever. I was expecting, what is his name? Double Punch, because he's a Red Scorpion in Beast Wars. But we got Deatrius, which I think looks better than the Hasbro one. What do you think of this deco?
I'm shaking my head because I would get this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if it was just a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
Would you get this one in a heartbeat too?
This
is their Carnosaur, which is their Jurassic Park.
Yep.
This looks better than Hasbro's attempt. Sorry, Hasbro.
Yep, I would.
Yeah. Literally, this is all they had to do was just repaint. They didn't need to make a new mold. Just get Deatrius and paint it in these colors and put it in the box set, and it would have been better than that weird thing we're getting. Anyways, next, now you can talk about this. So you paid for this. How excited are you for it?
I'm very happy for it. I'm the silver one is so monochrome. This gives, pops of color, and then the third one is just like a over the top pops of color. So I think I have a 7-Eleven Optimus Prime that the green one's going to go with. This is going to go with my standard Prime, and the silver one is going to go with one of my other Primes. I don't know which one yet, but I just think this is really, really cool that we're getting a roller that transforms, and it looks so good.
I agree. I think this does look really good. I do like this color scheme. I just like the other one a little bit more. But I do think this looks really good for what it is.
Yeah.
Next, we've got some fan toy stuff, and I don't know if you're going to be picking these up. We've got the extra, was that railroad?
Extra train tracks.
Track. There you go, track. For Astro Train, and the gold chrome chest part for Blaster.
So I am not picking up the extra train track. I have 3 or 4 of them. 4 of them, excuse me. So I don't need another one. As I have the Fans Toys Thomas, the original version, the US version, and the Japanese version. And then I also purchased the little sidecar, which is really, really cool. If you don't have it, get it. It's great. And they all came with tracks. And then this gold chrome chest piece, I thought about picking it up, even though I was mad when they talked about this coming with the figure or coming on the figure. I'm happy that they changed it. And I saw a video where you actually how to install this. You have to take out some pins and stuff like that. And I was just not really wanting to do that. I've had enough QC issues where I've had to remove pins and stuff like that. I'm not doing anything else that is on purpose. And so I am not going to get this gold piece.
I don't blame you. I do like the gold better personally. I understand for a Toon collection it wouldn't work. But I do think the gold pops, especially if you have one of those outline symbols. I think that would be really cool on that. But obviously I'm not picking it up. I don't have either of these. So let's talk about some recently released figures. Now, unfortunately, I'm not excited about any of them. I don't think you are going to be either. Well, maybe one of them. So first they showed off the Scourge and Scorponok. I still don't know who these things are for. I don't know why they're still being produced. These should have been on the shelves back in, this time last year. If they really wanted to promote this movie and have kids tell their moms they wanted to go see it. So I don't understand their marketing. I guess it's to keep secrets and spoilers, whatever. But I think if this was already out back in, July or August of last year, they might have done a little bit better because all the little kids might have wanted to see them.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't this big kid that wants it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And what kid is going to go say, I want that, when they haven't seen the movie or there's no trailers or anything else for the movie? So I expect to find these on clearance very, very soon. And I still won't be picking it up.
Not at all.
Yeah. And lastly, we've got Gamer Megatron and Rhinox. Now, if I remember correctly, you really liked this Gamer Megatron. Is that correct?
No. Not at all. not one iota. No. I think I may have liked the colors or maybe the weapon or something like that.
I think you said you liked the one red arm, and that was it, because you thought that coloring was kind of unique.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. It's forgettable. I don't even remember what I said. So the only gamers edition that I purchased was the Bumblebee, which I love the alt mode, and that's it. But yeah, nope, I'm out.
Okay, but you're going to be getting this Rhinox, right? It's right up your style. It's a beast character. It has a poor color scheme. So when are you going to be getting this?
February 30th.
So that's March 2nd. So we'll see you.
So anybody who doesn't know, there is no such thing as a February 30th, just in case. So yes, never. Not. And honestly, that Rhinox looks like the face and the body in that box right there. It just looks like a standard random figure that was on Cybertron, that they made 1,000 of them, like a troop builder or something like that. That's what it looked like. So no, don't like it. Nope.
No, I feel the same way. I'm not picking either of these up because the Gamer Megatron, the deluxe from I was wrong. The original deluxe came out in 2009. Looks better. Sure, it has some antiquated articulation. I will give you that. The elbows are a little weird. The hands are a little weird. I get it. But it looks better than this. And that Rhinox just doesn't have a good paint job. It's like they got a brown figure and just slathered half of it in silver and called it good, instead of picking out little details and stuff. So I'm out on both of these, and I am not going to miss having them in my collection at all.
I know what I'm not going to miss. I'm not going to miss missing out on money because it's coming back in my wallet. Thank you, Hasbro.
Yes, it is not my wallet either. So, well, that's everything we have for you. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. We love seeing you guys. Tell us your opinions below. And if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Yeah, and please share the videos to other Transformer fans out there. Love the positive comments. We're going to keep bringing you material as much as you guys like us. We love you. So as always, till all debates are won.